Hey, Jason Spangler, the SanteeSwapper, back with another unboxing. You know, this one was kind of unusual because it's very random when I hear from people that they have a collection that they would like to consider for me to buy. This time, the timing was a little ironic. I was actually sitting behind my table at the Alabama Traderee, which was a Boy Scout memorabilia swap meet, when I got an email from a man who had gone to the 1957 Jamboree, had done some patch trading, and then for a long time had not really been involved in scouting. He had a scouting memorabilia collection. He was kind of getting up there in his years, and he wanted to find someone who would appreciate it and who would be interested in buying it from him. This stuff was from Alabama. He didn't live in Alabama anymore, but the entire collection was Alabama stuff, and I was sitting in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. So I actually was text messaging him back and was talking about the places in Alabama that I had been to or was going to, and it was just really, really interesting. So I hope you'll stick around to see. These are two small boxes, but there's some really cool old vintage stuff here in this collection. All right, so this is one of those collections that's actually small enough for me probably just to flop it out on the table. So let me go ahead and do that. We'll see what's here. This looks to be all the neckerchiefs, and I'm guessing, yep, this is the patches. So we'll pull that aside. So I have seen these in many scouting memorabilia collections, these beautiful, beautiful Eagle Scout neckerchiefs that were made back in the day. Honestly, I don't know whether they were made by National. I kind of assumed they were a catalog item, but they're very, very cool. This guy told me that he went to the 1957 Jamboree, did some trading there, but I also know that he has some local Alabama stuff, which is pretty cool. Here is a beautiful neckerchief that he has, which I believe is from an Alabama camp, Camp Zen, I'm sorry, can't read that. So that's probably a really cool item. 53 Jamboree neckerchief. Then here is, this is kind of cool. He might have traded for this, an Explorer Post neckerchief from Dallas, Texas. That's something you don't see every day. Then he definitely traded for this because this is a New York camp neckerchief. And then he has here, let's see what this guy is. Oh, nice. He even got the person's name on it. So this is a Region 7. That's from an Illinois council. And then here's a nice little Jamboree neckerchief. And then this one says Cherokee Chattanooga. I'm not sure if that's a scout neckerchief, but one can only assume that's what it is. Oh, this is pretty cool. 1957 Gateway to the West, St. Louis Council. I know what this is. I'm going to show you that in just a second. Let me be the last item before I go to the patches. 57 Jamboree. We've seen that before. And then here's a nice old Lodge patch. A couple more Jamboree neckerchiefs. And then this is always really cool. Check this out. A 1957 Jamboree t-shirt that's still in really, really good condition. I mean, maybe that was only worn once and kind of washed. And then here's another Jamboree neckerchief that he traded for. All right, this one I kind of held on to because when I saw this guy, he actually contacted me from an EDU email address, so I knew that he was probably worked for a university. And I joked with him that this item probably would not be very politically correct, shall we say, in modern times. But somebody will think this is pretty damn cool. This is a patrol flag from the 57 Jamboree from his council, and it's the Heart of Dixie Patrol, Talladega, Alabama. I am absolutely certain it is a Jamboree patrol flag because that's exactly what you would have done. And then they were from Talladega, Alabama. That's where his patrol was from. And so that is freaking cool. If this was from my area, I would think that is super cool, even if we can't say things like Dixie anymore. All right, now the patches. Again, small collection, but a lot of really cool stuff. So he would have been in Kawiki Lodge 224. I'm just going to show you all these patches because they're pretty cool. It's kind of like a time capsule. This guy was never involved again in scouting, and so everything he has is from the 1950s. Now check this out. I really like this. Sundance Fellowship. And here's a 1949 World Jamboree patch. Again, something he could have traded for. A 1957 Valley Forge. We already saw another Valley Forge over here. Old Roundup patch. Then I've seen this one before. Northeast Georgia Okefenokee Swamp Expedition. Here's a Shawnee Lodge patch. So obviously Jamboree, because Shawnee Lodge is again in St. Louis. Here's another Shawnee that he did some trading with. Chickasaw Council Scout Show and Circus. And then this one I think is pretty cool. I'm sad that it's such in bad shape, but check this out. This could be the Jamboree contingent patch for the 1957. He was in Chattahoochee Council, and again you can see the Confederate flag background, and it says they're Region 5. So very likely that is what we've got, because again, here's another example of it. A little bit better condition. Same patch, it's been sewn. We already know we went to the 57 Jamboree. So that to me is a perfect match. We know what that patch is. Then here's a random OA patch, not again from his area. Then check out this beautiful, beautiful jacket patch. Rainbow Council. I confess I don't have it memorized to know exactly where Rainbow Council is, but that is really, really nice. Here's another classic old Alabama OA patch. Then it would make sense that he would have the 1957 National Jamboree Region 5 contingent patch. Then while he was there, he traded for this hot off the press 1957 Dixie Fellowship patch that was hosted by Skyuka Lodge right in my backyard. And then we have some more Jamboree patches here that are kind of cool and interesting. A couple of Jamboree patches, including a sewn example. Again, more event patches, Cherokee Council Expedition. That's from New York. He traded for that. Here's a Teok Lodge arrowhead, something that would come from his area as well. Another one of these Region 5s. Some more patches here. Nice old Philmont $quarter. This is a really beautiful patch. Check that out. Just in terms of like it's fully embroidered, which would have been kind of unique for that time period. I'm glad that he got that. And then here's a 53 Jamboree patch. Again, nice old Jamboree patches. So this is a really, really cool collection. I was very happy to get it. This guy and I, it was funny. He showed me all the pictures, and then I said, wow, I think a fair offer would be this. And he replied back and said, that's exactly what I thought I would be looking for. Sounds great. We exchanged information. I sent him a check. These got in the mail to me. I was at the Alabama Traderee. These got to me like within 2 days, like Monday, they were delivered. And I talked to him on a Friday. That was just totally amazing. And so really excited to get this collection. Some of these things will go in my keeper. I know that I have for example, a 1957 Jamboree frame. And every time when I find something really cool, like a little council contingent patch, I like to slide it in there. So that one will go in there as well. So this is a great collection for me to pick up. I'm really happy about it. It's not really often I get collections from the South. For whatever reason, I live in North Carolina, but I rarely seem to find collections from the Southeast. And so this was a winner for me. Jason Spangler, the SanteeSwapper. Go to my website, scoutpatchcollectors.com. There you can find my newsletter, my podcast, more videos, and information about scouting memorabilia. Thank you very much.